Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV Current. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines. President Buhari said to call for GCFR, GCON honors on Tinubu and Shettima. FG states local councils shares 655.9 billion naira for April. Osun workers protest as Adeleke begins payroll audits. Gunmen kidnap corps members returning from camp in Rivers. NFF will take decision on Pesero soon. Gusau? Now the news in detail. President Muhammad Buhari has revealed that President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima will be honored with the prestigious National Award of Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR, and Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, respectively. Information report that the ceremony is set to take place on Thursday, May 25, 2023. GCFR is Nigeria's highest national honor and is only reserved for presidents. This development was revealed during a highly anticipated World Press Conference led by SGF Boss Mustafa, who serves as the chairman of the Presidential Transition Council. The purpose of the conference is to unveil a comprehensive program for event for the forthcoming 2023 presidential inauguration. Furthermore, Boss Mustafa announced that an official handover of transition document will be conducted, symbolizing the transfer of power and responsibilities to the incoming administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This pivotal moment will also take place on May 25th. Tolu Ogunlesi, Special Assistant to the President on Digital and New Media, also confirmed the development on Thursday. This is going to be the most organized and seamless presidential transition in the history of Nigeria, enabled by Executive Order 14, signed by President Muhammadu Buhari, he said. Ogunlesi said on May 27th, there will be an inaugural lecture by Uhuru Kenyatta, former president of Kenya. The Federation Account Allocation Committee FAAC on Thursday shared a total sum of 655.932 billion naira to the federal government, states, and local councils as revenue allocation for April. The Director of Press and Public Relations, Office of the Accountant of the Federation, OAGF, Bawa Mokwa, disclosed this in a statement issued at the end of the FAAC meeting for the month of May in Abuja. He said the funds comprised distributable statutory revenue of 364.654 billion naira. Mokwa said it also contained distributable value-added tax VAT revenue of 202.762 billion naira, electronic money transfer levy EMTL of 14.561 billion naira, 50 billion naira augmentation from forex equalization revenue, and 24 billion augmentation from the non-mineral revenue. In April 2023, the total deduction for the cost of collection was 28.108 billion naira, while the total deduction for transfers and refunds was 120.287 billion naira. The balance in the excess crude account was 473.754 million US dollars. From the total distributable revenue of 655.932 billion naira, the federal government received 248.809 billion naira, the state governments took 218.307 billion naira, and the local government councils got 160.600 billion naira. A total sum of 28.216 billion naira was shared with the relevant state as 30% derivation revenue. From that national story, we go to Osun State. The leadership of the joint labor movement in Osun State has rejected the staff audit proposed by the state government, demanding proper briefing on the exercise. The position of the labor leaders was sequel to circulation of forms among workers by a consulting firm hired by the state government for the purpose of counting the number of workers on its payrolls. The leadership of the joint labor movement comprising the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress in the state, rising from a meeting, said it was rejecting the exercise due to the hardship experienced by workers and pensioners in the past after such an audit. In a letter to the head of service, the Labour leader said at the end of the emergency meeting of the above Labour centers comprising the Nigerian Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and the Joint Negotiating Council, which deliberated extensively on the purported 2023 staff audit forms in circulation among the workers of Osun State, resolved as follows: that the joint labor movement in the state rejects it in its entirety, the circulation of the purported illegal forms by Sally Tibot Consulting. Commenting further on the issue during an interview on Thursday, the state TUC chairman Adekola said, though the government had the right to take an inventory, the labor leaders would also protect their followers' rights. He said, we are stakeholders in government, but we were not briefed about the staff audit. Circulating forms within an organization without properly informing the leadership of such institution is unfair. From Osun to Rivers State. Gunmen have reportedly kidnapped some National Youth Service Corps NYC members in Omogwa, local government area of Rivers State. It was gathered that the victims were on their way back from the recent orientation camping exercise in Ondo State. They were abducted around 9 p.m. Tuesday on their way to Port Harcourt. The incident was confirmed by a witness who called a radio station in the city to announce the abduction of a sister-in-law and colleagues. The witness said the Corps members were abducted on the Rumuji axis of the east-west road in Omogwa, Rivers State. 5 of the Corps members were said to have escaped the abduction and reported at the Rumuji Divisional Police Station. Number of victims abducted by the kidnappers could not be ascertained at press time. Meanwhile, the State Commissioner of Police, Efyong, has deployed a police tactical team to track down gunmen who abducted the NYC members at Rumuji. And to end the national news is a sports story. President of Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau, has disclosed that the nation's football ruling body has yet to take a decision on the contract situation of Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro. Information report exclusively. Portuguese-born coach Peseiro's one-year contract signed in June 2022 is expected to expire by the end of next month, in the middle of the qualifiers for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire, and there has been clamor among Nigerian football fans not to renew his contract. Reports have it from the media that the NFF have responded to the clamor by stakeholders and fans to sack Peseiro by compiling a list of foreign coaches who may take over before Super Eagles' next qualifier against Sierra Leone, but the NFF boss Ibrahim Gusau denied knowledge of the reports. That story ends the national news this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. President Buhari set to confer GCFR and GCON honors on Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. FG states local councils share 655.9 billion naira for the month of April. Osun workers protest as Adeleke begins payroll audits. And from Port Harcourt, Rivers State on the sad north, gunmen kidnap Corps members returning from camp in Port Harcourt. NFL will take decision on Peseiro soon. Gusau. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to have access all of our programs. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. And for advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Jumat Mufida to all faithful Muslims all around the world, and may it never be our last, inshallah. My name is Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.